Yeah, there is an active shooter at Brown University. Reporting is ongoing. It sounds like it's still very much an active crime scene and an active event. And so it's unlikely that we're going to find out exactly what's going on. I wasn't obviously planning on talking about that tonight. I was planning on watching a whole bunch of other videos, getting some updates on Erica Kirk, some TPUSA stuff, bringing you some interviews and podcasts that you might have missed that are interesting and relevant information about TPUSA and about the whole situation. And then I noticed that our boy Agenda Free TV was on about a mass shooting at Brown University that is still so fresh that it has hardly even touched X yet, or at least hardly touched my X feed yet, because my X feed is full of Israel shills trying to shit on me. So let's get everybody caught up. We're not going to spend the whole time talking about it, but we'll catch you up real quick. Providence Police put out an alert at 3:49 p.m. today. That would be 2 hours ago because this would be Eastern time, I believe. There is currently heavy Providence Police and fire presence on Hope Street near Brown University. Please exercise caution and avoid this area until further notice. And then Brown U put out an alert. Urgent. There's an active shooter near Barris and Holly Engineering. Lock doors, silence phones, and stay hidden until further notice. Remember, run if you are in the affected location. Evacuate safely if you can. Hide if evacuation is not possible. Take cover. Fight as a last resort. Take action to protect yourself. Stay tuned for further safety information. This is a photo of the scene. An active shooter situation was reported on the campus of Brown University in Rhode Island. An official said a suspect is now in custody. We have since learned that that is not true. There is apparently no suspect in custody as of right now, is my understanding. 511, emergency alert. Community members are instructed to continue sheltering in place and avoid the Barris and Holly area. They have not yet taken a suspect into custody and are actively searching for the individual or individuals. Multiple law enforcement agencies and emergency medical personnel are on site. No one is in custody, correcting its earlier statement as police respond to an active shooter on campus. Shots were reported near Governor Street and urged everyone to continue sheltering in place as law enforcement responded. 4:33 p.m. Eastern time. That'd be an hour and a half ago. Multiple shots in the area of Brown University. This is an active investigation. Please shelter in place and avoid the area until further notice. Multiple individuals have been shot in the area near Brown University, and because the investigation is active, the public is urged to shelter in place. So yeah, they reversed the report that a suspect was in custody, and as far as we know right now, everyone is still at large. Chad is saying at least 20 victims so far. Are you for real? Holy moly. I have not seen that yet, but we're going to pop in with our guy Agenda Free TV real quick for a second. I'm going to run some searches on the side here.
But so much we don't know right now. But no official word from the university that a suspect is in custody. And indeed, the latest update from the university just a few minutes ago was that the situation remains ongoing. Continue to shelter in place.
We'll get to the live. So he's got police scanners going and stuff.
So much we don't know right now.
We'll check back in with him from time to time here. But yeah, the update from the Brown Daily Herald. Active shooter on campus, no suspects in custody, Department of Public Safety reports. At least 20 victims were reportedly shot near Barris and Holly and Macmillan Hall in an active shooter incident, according to the Providence Fire radio broadcast. At a 5:27 p.m. update from the Department of Public Safety reported shots fired near Governor Street. Katie's son, age 28, was studying in the Engineering Research Center lobby when she heard gunshots around 4:10 p.m. She evacuated the building, leaving behind all her belongings, and ran to her dorm for safety. Okay, so that was 2 hours ago. It was honestly quite terrifying. The shots seemed like they were coming from where the classrooms are, she said. She began receiving numerous texts and phone calls from friends who said they heard shots near Hedgeman Hall. This is wild. Welcome to America, I guess. So, East Coast stuff. It's a very dense campus area, looks like. We don't have a lot of information yet. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, I see chat is tuned in. Is it I mean, I'm not let's be clear. I don't think it's a false flag as in it's fake. I think it's very real. Very curious to see what it winds up being. Press conference at 6:15. So in 10 minutes. That would be great. That would be great. Donald Trump is tweeting about it.
About 54 minutes ago that they do not have a suspect in custody. So again, they changed their information about an hour ago.
Yeah, what the heck, man? For real. For real. I'm going to see if there's any other live updates going on other channels. So this is Associated Press live on the scene, apparently. What you'd expect. Not a lot of information there for us. Tight little East Coast streets here. Curious what street corner we're looking at. You guys hearing that? So there's students still locked down inside of the buildings. And it doesn't sound like they know what's going on yet. I'm Waterman Street. Well, you know that neighborhood really well? Sibrasana, do you know what cross street we might be looking at? Waterman Street, and do you know what cross street we might be looking at? No, we don't have a street number. I mean, it's the whole area right now. I'm just curious. I'm curious where this exact camera shot is right now in terms of this police response. It's not wildly relevant, obviously, because it's not like this is showing us any exact location of what's happening. I'm just scrolling around on Google Earth to see if we can kind of locate ourselves to this camera shot. Grass out front of this building at a corner. Thayer and Waterman.
Just said about 2 minutes ago that she is barricaded inside a room. She said barricaded in this 4:30. She said that she's using chairs to barricade the door. She has not heard a shot
Actually, the intersection I was literally just looking at.
Everyone is very scared. Said she got an email shortly, or said she got an email about 10 minutes ago saying that a shooter has not been arrested. Again, I'll read it again.
The imagery is all messed up on Google Earth at Thayer and Waterman.
Inside one of these buildings, the reality of what's going on inside of any of those rooms is that shooters have barricaded themselves in using chairs. Make sure the doors.
Well, Maria, just a few moments ago, we got another update from Brown University on their website. One of the things it points out is that unfortunately there are multiple victims. It says, we are very sorry to share that we have confirmed reports of multiple shooting victims. We are not able to share their condition. They have been transported to local hospitals. So that is part of the update just posted by Brown University Police and FBI
by the building, and we
that
saw
is part of
a lot
the
of
very large law enforcement
carrying assault rifles, carrying bulletproof
all of this unfolded less than 2 hours ago, and what you're looking at there in the distance, just a couple blocks from our location, just in the area of Thayer Street. That's the main drag here at Brown University, close to the building where the shooting happened. Very large police presence. You see all those lights. You can see the police tape there in the foreground. That's because the investigation has already started. But in addition to that, there is no suspect. There's no shooter in custody. This is still a very active situation, and it's really a residential area because the shooter could be anywhere, and it is possible. We don't know.
It's interesting how much audio they have overlapping in this live.
It is possible that there's more than one.
It's all over the city.
That is the concern. Very large law enforcement presence for that very reason.
A lot of older buildings.
No one in custody. So for anyone that's just tuning in, there's an active shooter at Brown University. There's reportedly over 20 victims. No report on their status. They reported that they had someone in custody right away, and then they rescinded that and said they don't have anyone in custody. It started about 2 hours ago, and it seems like there's been reporting of shots being fired since then. I do not believe that the camera shot we're looking at right now is Thayer and Waterman. They keep on speaking about Thayer and Waterman, but it really doesn't match what is on Google Earth at all. It sounds like Theron Waterman is like in the thick of it, but who knows at this point.
Hey, Tyler, Travis, Coogan,
So we're going to pause that and check in one more time with Agenda Free News.
But they're saying that there were actually no shots near Governor Street, but it remains critical to shelter in place due to the original situation. Stay tuned for further safety information.
So there had been reporting of a secondary shooting happening, and apparently that is unfounded. Just hopping in, what's going on? There is a mass shooting event at Brown University. 20 people, 20 victims apparently, or more. Live news coverage at 4 a.m. last night. That was long before this happened. It is a very blue state, that's for sure. Corner of Hope and George.
Pam Bondi just posted. Pam Bondi says, Attorney General Bondi says, our FBI and ATF agents are on the scene of the tragic shooting at Brown University. Please pray for all involved.
That could be
Operations, go ahead, safety. We have 2 task forces staging, one from Pawtucket and one from Cranston.
No. That's not where our camera shot is at.
Operations received.
My mic isn't buzzing. It's that's because he has the police scanner running, and police scanners always have a buzz in the background. Yeah, don't worry. ATF and FBI are on it. Yeah. Tragedy. Real tragedy. We'll keep our eyes on it. We'll shoot at Brown University press conference. We'll watch the press conference a little later. We're going to get into the other reporting we were going to do. Scheduled for 6:15 p.m. local time. So that should be right now.
Rescue 3 and 4, I am mutual aid 2.
Safety battalion will do.
So theoretically, we'll watch that right now.
No word of a suspect in custody at this point. The Brown University, the last they said there was no suspect in custody. Oh, hold on. There's a new statement. New statement from Brown University. I'm sorry, I missed this 10 minutes ago. They put out a statement. Hold on a second. Here you go, right here. New from Brown University, right here. Hold on a second here.
I like this guy's vibe.
At 4:22 p.m. Hold on a moment.
Damn! Shout out to
here.
Stacy for the subs.
I'm gonna read this to you.
You're a legend.
That is the new statement.
Further information to our community when it becomes available. We are very sorry to share that we have confirmed reports of multiple shooting victims. We do not yet have information about their condition.
At 4:22 p.m., we alerted our campus to... Oh, where did it go? At 4:22 p.m., we alerted our campus to an active shooter incident near Barris and Hawley Engineering. We immediately informed our community to shelter in place by locking doors, silencing phones, and staying hidden until further notice. We have been providing further information to our community as and when it becomes available, but this remains an active crime scene, and law enforcement continues to search for the suspect. They continue to search for the suspect. The situation is ongoing, and all members of the community should continue to shelter in place. We are very sorry to share we have confirmed
reports. Looks like we got a guy ready to tell us something important here. Do we have anyone in Rhode Island in the chat? Do we have anyone in the area right now in the chat? Praying for anyone in the area. Be safe if you're out there. Yeah, I saw the news about ISIS, the ISIS shooting in Syria. Who knows? I don't know. Could be. You're from Rhode Island?
Tragic news here. Just seconds ago, my producer came into my IFB and told me that the AP, the Associated Press, is reporting that 2 people are dead. Now, we are working to confirm this independently, but again, 2 people dead, according to the Associated Press. I'm at the intersection of Waterman
So he's
Street
reporting
and
that
Thayer
2
Street
people
right now.
are
This
apparently
is a main
dead.
stretch of Providence. You can see we just actually got some crime scene tape.
Damn,
put
grew up 10
here,
minutes
and
away?
You can see just the first responders that are present at this scene
Prospect
at the
and
moment,
Waterman
and just
Street,
how
yeah.
large of a scene this is.
Yeah, there's a
You know,
live
multiple
shooting at
people
Brown
are
University
shot,
ongoing.
and we're still working to get
No
an
suspect
update
in
on
custody.
the other victims' condition. But again, that Associated Press confirming 2 people are dead. We're working to confirm that independently, and we're working to get an update on the shooters as well, or shooter, however many there were.
We're getting reports of
you can
20
just see
victims.
How large this investigation is. And
It
just a
happened
true
about
tragedy,
2 hours ago.
in Providence.
Or at least it started about 2 hours ago.
You know, we've talked to students.
You
who
live
were
10 minutes away,
hiding
King
under their
Dragon?
desks, as they were evacuated.
Shelter in
preparing
place,
to be
bro.
evacuated. They were hiding for hours. You can see the movement from first responders and police and firefighters at this scene. You know, this is a Saturday night, and there's restaurants here. There's student life here. We're right next to the Sciences building, the Sciences Library at Brown University.
Work at
This
Providence
is a
College?
stretch that would be
Damn.
filled with students and residents of Providence having a good time.
Yeah, stay
but,
safe out there.
Sadly, this tragedy has unfolded, and this is what we are seeing on this Saturday night, just a couple weeks before the holidays. Just a true tragedy. Again, the AP confirming 2 people are dead. We'll
How many
continue to
shots? We don't
stay
know.
out here and keep you updated at the scene. Again, this just got roped off, crime scene tape placed up just within the past couple minutes, but we'll be out here all night. Live in Providence, Mike Cerullo, I'm going to send it back to you.
So no news on press conferences.
We have an update on the active shooter situation at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Providence police say multiple people have been shot in the area of the university. They're advising residents to shelter in place or avoid the area until further notice. This is an active investigation. Brown University also says there are reports of shots fired near Governor Street, a few blocks from where the initial shooting was reported. Obviously,
I think that we now have a statement from the university that the secondary shooting by Governor Street was not real, allegedly. Hey, shout out to Bellingham, Washington, homie.
we don't have much information on this. It's a day, it seems like one tragedy after another. We don't know what victims exist and what state they're in, but this is an active shooter on campus.
Yeah, is
at
it bad
Brown
that you're like
University.
Alex Jones at this point with shootings? I mean, I'm not going to tell you what's good and bad, but it's still active. And
Tommy, you know, it's tough to sit here and not have
Yeah.
more information to give.
Right. Well, to me, just looking
Loss
at
of
this,
life is a tragedy.
It seems like a very odd time because a lot of, and I know we discussed earlier, they're still in session. They're taking their finals this upcoming week, but this is the holiday time. A lot of students, you know, studying for finals. Also, this is a Saturday on a college campus. You wouldn't think that a Saturday on a college campus would be hustling and bustling like maybe a weekday.
Tim Pool is reporting that Candace is the shooter. Yeah, for real. I live right next to Providence College, which is the closest college next to Brown. Yeah.
Would be. So obviously a lot more
Tim isn't actually reporting that, by the way. That was a joke that chat made.
question than answer. But when you look at the motive here, it's interesting to parse this out on a Saturday on a university campus in the middle of the Christmas holiday season.
Yeah, Joe, you know, we were just discussing.
I mean, I'm not really sure what she's saying. If you're going to do a mass shooting at a college, that's exactly the kind of time you would do it. The real question is the shooter on SSRIs? That's the real question.
Discussing mental illness, what happened here in Manhattan. Then we move over and there's another active shooter on campus. The lady here in Manhattan went and bought knives in Macy's and tried to kill someone. This person obviously is using a gun. At what point do we start looking at mental health as the predominant epidemic in this country?
Obviously, it's a threat to the lives of Americans in this country. And I think that, you know, with all the billions that we spend in terms of our budgets, that we really need to be laser focused.
The boys and girls of Fox News are doing a bad. They're talking about mental health. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be talking about guns right now, boys. I think you're going to get a stern talking to.
on
after
not
this
just
broadcast.
throwing money at the problem, making sure it's allocated to the proper places and to the biggest risks as far as people that absolutely should be in the institutions and should be nowhere on the street taking out students right there in Providence at Brown University, or a woman who stabs another woman from behind while she's changing her baby. The baby fell to the ground.
I mean, yeah.
Reports of multiple.
Car 10-8, did you assign somebody for that? I'm getting a little confident. Just give me 1 minute. Roger. I also have another run when you're ready. Stand by, let me find the crew. Roger.
So there doesn't seem to be any press conference forthcoming. I think that we'll let it sit for now because we're in the thick of it, and you're not going to learn anything new about a mass shooting while it's all going on. Certainly not anything reliable. So pray for safety for these kids that are out there. Whoever's over there, be safe. And we'll jump into.
Thanks to B&O News for posting this. Here from, I guess, law enforcement. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on.
Fire alarm 2, engine 11.
What's going on here? All right, I'm supposed to get a
Fire
live shot.
2,
soon.
engine 11.
Engine 11 on 1.
Engine 11, can you respond to 225 Hope now? 225 Hope. That's at the auditorium.
Will do.
Roger, that's going to be the sports center.
So we're hearing reporting of all sorts of locations. All sorts of locations that things are getting called to. Okay, press conference is live.
We were dispatched by
Give me 1 second to scroll back.
The mayor said to make sure.
Trying to.
That's engine 15, respond to 976 Atwells Avenue.
We're getting a high shot over here. So for anyone that's just getting in here, there's a mass shooting event in Brown University in Rhode Island right now. And it's ongoing. They do not have a suspect in custody. There's reports of over 20 injured. There was a report of at least 2 fatalities. Real tragedy. So here's the press conference.
I'm sorry, what were those 2 rescues?
Good. I was hoping you would turn his scanner off.
Brown Provost Frank Doyle, Governor Dan McKee, Councilman John Gonsalves, Commander Tim O'Hara, and Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos. It is still early hours in the incident that occurred at Brown today, and so please understand.
Here, I'll turn it up a little for you guys.
It's important for us to share what details we do have to the community, because there's a lot of fear and anxiety, and unfortunately already.
That's as loud as I can get it.
But this is very early hours, and so please know that some of these details may be subject to change, that this investigation is ongoing.
It's really
We
quiet.
will be as transparent as we can in the hours to come, and we'll provide regular updates, but we're going to share what we do know at this time. But please bear with us as we know sometimes these details shift as the investigation progresses. Sadly, today is a day that the city of Providence and the state of Rhode Island prayed would never come. In the afternoon, we received a call. 4:05 was when the initial call came in to Brown University of a report of an active shooter.
So 4:05 p.m. Eastern time is when the initial call came in of the active shooter. That would be 2.5 hours ago, more or less.
I can confirm that there are 2 individuals who have died this afternoon, and there are another 8 in critical status.
2 deceased, 8 in critical status.
Those stable.
Stable.
At Rhode Island Hospital. Those are the only injuries or casualties that we know at this time.
So that's 10 injuries and casualties at this time, allegedly.
But as I mentioned, and it's important to remind folks, These numbers may change. We are still in early hours, but at this time there are 2 deceased and 8 who are critical but stable at Rhode Island Hospital. Additionally, we do not have a shooter in custody at this time. There is a shelter in place in effect for the greater Brown University area.
Always drop the subscribe and the likes to support people's work. Oh, audio cut.
Do not return to your homes until the shelter in place has been lifted. We will make regular updates through all City of Providence official social media channels. That's where you can find out more information about the shelter in place, if it changes, when it's lifted. I want to commend the heroic work the Providence Police Department, the Brown Police Department, Providence Fire Department, and the many agencies who provided mutual aid today. Brown
Guy from Wisco, what about the planes?
Police responded first and then were quickly assisted by Providence Police, who fearlessly and courageously entered and worked through the building, and we'll hear from them in a minute. Providence Fire responded quickly as well and transported several of the victims. The fire department was assisted with mutual aid from across the state of Rhode Island. And as I think we know our community to be, our neighbors have really stepped up in a big way today. And we're very grateful for everyone who has offered assistance and who will continue to offer assistance. The fire department was aided by departments in Warwick, Barrington, Bristol, Brown, EMS, Pawtucket, Cranston, Coventry, Smithfield, East Greenwich, North Kingstown, Woonsocket, Professional Ambulance Company, Situate, and Cumberland. Providence Police and Brown Police were aided by East Providence, Cranston, Cumberland, the State Police, the FBI, and the ATF. Brown, Providence, and the FBI are currently in close coordination as they seek to find the shooter or shooters. The shooting took place at the Barris and Holly building, which is a Brown University engineering and physics building.
So it took place at the Barris and Holly building. I was just showing you the flight map, the current flight map. There's a helicopter circling right now. Looks like it's been circling for some time, and that's all I've got over top of Providence. Looks like there's another helicopter on its way. So we'll keep monitoring that.
The building contains both classrooms and lab space. We'll hear from the provost in a minute with some additional updates from Brown. There will be a family reunification center that Brown will be setting up.
You can see the helicopter from your house, huh?
Please.
Yeah, the circling one.
Stay tuned for updates on where that will be. We are encouraging anyone who was a witness to today's action to please contact the police as the investigation is ongoing and they may have critical information. At this time, I'd like to introduce the governor of the state of Rhode Island, who was quick to call and offer assistance and has been in touch with our law enforcement, had the state police respond quickly, and has been a great partner to the city of Providence on this sad day. Governor McKee.
Okay, Mayor. Yeah, so the unthinkable has happened, and I've been in touch, as the mayor said, to make sure that all the resources that we have, whether it's the EMA, our state police, Department of Health, which we've been in contact with as well, are responding in a way that is being helpful as possible. We've been in contact with the White House as well. Our office has been in contact with the White House. So we will bring all our resources to the table.
I just checked on our Egyptian planes, 3 of them, BTT, BTU, and BND. They're all in Cairo right now. One of them, BTU, just got back from Bordeaux on the 11th of December. It spent months in Bordeaux. Ever since July 15th, it's been in Bordeaux, France, apparently. Yeah, the chat's onto it. The chat knows what's up.
Healy, as well as other governors who have experienced the same tragedy. So our thoughts go out to those who have been impacted by this in any way, and we'll continue to provide the assistance to the authorities here in Providence, as well as statewide, and continue to make sure that we are doing everything we can to help the families that are, that are suffering right now.
Yeah. Now I'd like to introduce Chief Rodney Chapman from Brown PD.
My name is Rodney Chapman. I'm Vice President for Brown University, Vice President of Public Safety and Emergency Management, and I serve as Chief of Police as well. As mentioned, and we will mention this several times, this is a very fluid situation and dynamically evolving. Needless to say,
Chad, I'm going to take a call real quick and mute my mic, and we'll play this for about 1 minute while I see what's going on here.
My primary concern is the safety and security of this community, and we are encouraging, if anyone has information about the tragic events that unfolded this afternoon, to please contact us and provide that information. At this moment, I do want to say and share that my profound thanks and appreciation for all of the first responders who have come to assist us and all that are gathered right now and speaking to continue this investigation, to include all of the City of Providence resources, state resources, and the federal government in terms of the FBI and ATF. Sir?
Now, Commander Tim O'Hara from Providence Police.
Good evening. Tim O'Hara, Deputy Chief of Providence Police. So earlier this afternoon, when we received the call for an active shooter inside a building inside Brown University, our officers responded, and as they're trained to do, entered that building immediately and began searching for a suspect. They did a systematic search of the building. However, no suspect was located at that time. They were able to clear that building and provide a safe place for all of students and faculty and workers that were in that building to meet at. Preliminarily, all we have
Ian got the call.
A suspect that was a male dressed in black. It is unknown how he entered the building, but we do know that he exited the Hope Street side of that complex.
Suspect was a male dressed in black.
We're utilizing every resource possible to find this suspect. The shelter in place is in order, and I urge people to take that very seriously. Please do not come to the area.
Yeah, have you guys heard about the great nation of Israel? I wanted to take a quick moment to take an ad break for the nation of Israel. Israel is America's greatest ally. Israel is the greatest nation in the Middle East. If Israel is the only home for gay people in the Middle East, obviously Israel is a bastion for democracy in the Middle East. We all love Israel. All praise Israel. Shabbat shalom, motherfuckers. This has been a message straight from the heart by yours truly, Ian Carroll.
Area. There's an active police investigation going on, and there's a lot of police activity. We've got assistance so far from some surrounding communities, the state police, the Cranston Police, East Providence Police, as well as our federal partners in the FBI and the ATF. We're talking to witnesses at this time and delving into any video that's in the area, and the investigation is very active and ongoing. We'll be updating you, I'm sure, throughout the night, but as I said, right now there is no suspect that is under arrest, so please stay out of the area. Thank you.
We'll take questions at the end. We'll take questions at the end. We have a few more speakers, please. Next, Fire Chief Derek Silva.
City of Providence, as mentioned previously, at 4:05 p.m. we were dispatched to the area of Waterman and Thayer for an active shooter incident, where our firefighters, known as a rescue task force, linked up with Providence Police with 2 operational locations at Waterman and Thayer and Waterman and Hope. Rescue Task Force is a firefighter that wears body armor and has ability to stop any shooting wounds and make sure that any victims are extricated quickly. With the assistance of police in neighboring cities and towns, 8 people were transported.
Shout out to the first responders. Shout out to the first responders out there. Total legends doing the Lord's work.
As the mayor mentioned, critical but stable condition, and 2, unfortunately, were dead on arrival. We have a total of 10 victims, but as I caution everyone, this is a developing incident, and we are still actively searching the buildings along with Providence Police to make sure that everyone has gone home safe and that there are no one else that needs our assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And then last, we'll hear from the Provost of Brown University, Frank Doyle.
Thank you, Mayor.
I don't mean to make light of the situation, but I want to point out that they're probably not going to repave Brown University within the next 5 days. Hopefully they'll treat it like an actual active crime scene and they'll actually investigate it and actually find this shooter.
I'm Frank Doyle, Provost of Brown University. I want to reiterate, this is an evolving situation, as you've heard multiple times. Our first priority is the safety of our academic community, the campus community, and coordinating closely with law enforcement and medical services. In the meantime, we continue to direct our community to shelter in place in the greater vicinity of the campus. We are working immediately to determine who was in the building at the time of the shooting and any impacts in the shooting. We do know that there were final exams taking place in the building between 2 and 5 p.m. We can confirm that support services are on site. We have been and continue to be very grateful to law enforcement.
So this happened during finals.
And emergency medical personnel. We have relocated students to get support services at a secure location and will be providing more details. We continue to remain extremely grateful to local law enforcement for their ongoing support. We're committed to keeping our community informed, supporting our students and families, as well as the affected faculty and staff. Thank you.
So before we take questions, I just want to implore the greater Providence community. We are a week and a half away from Christmas, and 2 people died today and another 8 are in the hospital. So please pray for those families. Understand that this is not something our community has gone through together, but I also know this community, and I know that its best moments are when we come together to support one another. It's going to be a difficult rest of the day, difficult weeks and months ahead as this community heals, and each and every one of us can play a small role in that, in supporting one's neighbor and offering that support and their prayers for everyone involved. At this point, we'll be happy to take questions as we know them.
What can you tell us about the victims, including whether they were all Brown University students?
We cannot disclose any details about the victims at this time, whether they were students or not, or any other details. We will make those details available when they become available. We expect to be providing regular updates throughout the evening and in the days to come, and this is too early to be able to provide those details.
Was there any advance warning that...
You got banned on Agenda Free TV for asking about SSRIs? Damn, bro. I mean, it's understandable that he would want to be careful about his chat being, conscientious in tragedies like this. So I guess I could see that, but I think SSRIs are the main conversation around school shootings and mass shootings.
Something like
they
this
should
might be happening?
The first we learned about today was the 911 call that came in, but we had no other, I don't think, we had no other notice or threat indicators or anything like that. Please, Kate.
Mayor, do you know exactly when Brown University did put out that someone was in custody? How long was that misinformation out for, and how was that determination made and then retracted?
There was an individual who was preliminarily thought to be involved and was later determined to have no involvement, and that's why we can confirm that at this time there is nobody in custody. The length of that investigation or interrogation of that individual, I don't know.
Mayor, has a weapon been recovered?
Commander?
No weapons have been recovered.
No weapons have been recovered.
We just know that it was a firearm. What type of firearm, we're unaware of.
Mayor, Brown University police armed?
Yes, we are.
Commander, do you need a pass to get into that building, or could someone just get in off the street?
I'm unaware of how the security of that building works.
Most of our buildings after hours are card swiped, but since there was a final exam, there was probably a lot of traffic in and out of that building.
And where did it happen in the building? Did this take place inside where the exam was going on?
We're still verifying everything. So we look at everything right now.
So as of now, we have 2 helicopters circling over the scene. And we have an American Airlines jet that's coming in apparently for landing at the airport here, I would assume.
That's all part of the crime scene.
Well, were the
so
victims found like in a hallway or were they in a classroom?
So we're unable to share that.
News or police? I don't know.
Can you say if there have been any confirmed shots fired since the 4:05 shots?
There was a call that came over for shots fired in the area of Governor Street, but that was unconfirmed and unfounded.
So as far as we know, the gunman has not been seen since around the 4 o'clock hour.
That's correct. The last time that we know that he's been seen was when somebody saw him leaving the building on the Hope Street side of the building.
And is he around college age, or do you have any information?
I don't have any more information about his description.
Commander, could you repeat how the individual exited the building?
He exited the doors at the Hope Street side of the building.
Do police have any video footage of the suspect at this point?
We're working on that right now. We're working along with FBI on tracking down video from
This happened in Rhode Island, in Providence, Rhode Island. This is at Brown University.
Those are being used other than video at this point to try to locate the suspect.
Forensic evidence. We're using witness evidence, and we're looking for video mostly right now because we'd like to get an image out as quickly as we can of the suspect.
Now, it has happened, been about close to 3 hours now. Are you in contact with other law enforcement? Now we're talking a large perimeter at this juncture. Who else is involved in this now?
As I said earlier, state police are involved, ATF, the FBI, Providence Police Detectives, and all the other squads that we have available to us at the Patrol Bureau, and then our specialty intelligence units and our real-time crime center will be involved as well.
Any multi-state alerts?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Has everyone vacated that building at this point?
No, not everybody. There's still a police presence in that building. That's the crime scene. We're going to be in that building for quite some time.
But the students and faculty, bystanders?
Yes, everybody that was in that building at the time has been moved.
Commander, so it's 2 deceased and 8 that are in basic critical condition at the hospital?
They're in stable condition at the hospital, Rhode Island Hospital.
Whoever's in the chat asking about Quonset State Airport, no traffic over top of Quonset State Airport right now.
Right now.
Are they able to provide any details? Or?
That's what we're working on right now, John.
In terms of when that suspect was last seen, he was leaving the building on Hope Street. Is that an eyewitness account? Did police see him leave? Was there any interaction with police with that suspect?
No interaction with that suspect with police. That was from eyewitness account.
Chief Judge from Channel 10, I just wanted to know if there's any kind of description you can provide to anybody here right now. I know it's kind of hard, but we don't know what we're looking for, so there's a lot of people on edge. Is there anything that you can give us?
All I can give you is a male, all dressed in black at this time. We're hoping to get something very soon. An image would be the best thing for us to get out there to you guys and everybody else. So
Do you have an image of him?
that I can't confirm.
Do you have an image of him? Is he
I do not have an image of him.
And did he left on foot or did he get into a vehicle?
He left on foot.
Did he go down Hope Street?
He exited the building on Hope Street. Where he went from there, we're unsure.
How do you find a suspect in a city campus? Makes it very, very challenging.
We have all available resources, and as the governor mentioned, he's in touch with governors in other areas as well. This will be an ongoing investigation. Obviously, FBI, ATF, Providence Police, Brown Police are all actively investigating this as we speak, and we will provide updates as they become available. We expect to provide regular updates throughout the evening and in the days to come. We will share information as we have it with all of you. We knew that this update was preliminary, but we also know that there's a lot of fear and anxiety and concern in our community, and so it was important to get out the details that we do have at this time. At this point, you know all the information that can be shared, and we will keep the community and members of the press corps.
Yeah, 911 calls stated it was a male dressed in black wearing a black mask.
Updated as we go throughout the evening.
Has there ever been a shooting at Brown University before?
To my knowledge, no.
Commander, has Chief Perez been briefed on this?
Sounds like this is the first shooting at Brown University.
The chief is on his way here and will be at our later press availabilities.
What kind of presence of who are living, obviously, in this area that are concerned, they're instructed to shelter in place. if they see something that they feel is suspicious, what is the best way for them to reach out? Can they send pictures? Can they reach out? Obviously, you can call police.
They should call the police. That is the best way. Social media or other forms of communication are not the appropriate venue. You should call 911 if you believe you have information that may help us with this investigation, particularly if you were a student on campus or an adult on campus that was near the area that you think you have something to contribute. Please call the police to help us with our investigation.
Mayor, is there any thought about shutting businesses down, like on Thayer Street or anything like that? I know they did that in Maine after this.
At this point, we're not mandating that businesses shut, but we are asking everyone to shelter in place, and so we would hope that everyone would stay indoors until they hear otherwise from official City of Providence channels. In this day and age, we know there will be misinformation available online, and so please, when it comes to official updates with regard to the shelter in place and other updates, go to the City of Providence's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of our social media channels. It is clearly marked as the official City of Providence page so that you know you're getting the accurate and official updates.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine being a parent with your students at this college right now at Brown and you don't know who's been hurt and who's not? Ian, do you think it's a false flag? I have no reason to believe that at this point.
The shelter in place is defined as the broader Brown community, Brown neighborhood.
What's this? It's an active shooter at Brown University 2.5 hours ago. This is the press conference, the first press conference about it. The shooter is still at large, no suspect in custody. 2 have been confirmed deceased, and 8 are in critical condition but stable at the hospital right now.
Everyone knows if they live near Brown, and certainly if you're on campus. Because we don't have additional information to share at this time about the location of a shooter, we cannot more specifically define it than that. This is a scary time, I know.
I've got updates on the 2 helicopters right after this.
As many folks know, I live proximate to the campus, and I'm hearing from friends and neighbors. We're encouraging people to stay inside until there are additional updates.
Can we ask Provost a
Sure.
question? What is the policy at Brown University regarding firearms?
Yeah, they're news helicopters.
Can I legally have a firearm in the door?
No.
They cannot?
They cannot.
Okay.
Mayor, I'm just asking,
Yes.
is the chief coming in? Was he out of state?
I don't know. He's in transit, and he's expected to be here within an hour or two, and so.
Yeah, there is some confusion about false flags in the chat. Technically, a false flag means a fake attack, a fake thing that is used to present as something that it is not in order to achieve an objective. Lots of other things get lumped into the term false flags now. Like basically all sorts of psyops get lumped in to the term false flag. But originally the term false flag means like the Gulf of Tonkin, where you fake that you were attacked or you fake that something has happened, and then you use that as pretext for something else to occur. 9/11 is a good example. It's not that the attack is necessarily fake. A false flag can be a very real attack, but if you use it as a pretext for something that is based on a false assessment of that event, that could be qualified as a false flag as well. So obviously there's no indication that this is a false flag. It looks like this is a very real tragedy. Every indication so far is that this is a real shooting. Although we don't have a lot of visibility into it, I'm certainly not about to assume that it's fake. That's not my take on this at all.
So
it seems like it's just, another tragedy.
Hold on, Pat. We're going to take Nisha's question first, and Chief, this might be for you, please.
What was that?
What time did police arrive at the scene after the first 911 call?
The exact time I don't know, but it's the Barris and Holly is 184 Hope Street, and it's a very short drive from us, so I would say minutes.
And how about for Providence Police? When were they contacted?
Whenever we were called, we responded immediately and immediately entered that building looking for the shooter.
We'll provide a timeline later in the evening.
How often do the various law enforcement agencies prepare for situations like this? Do they do active shooter simulations, trainings, establishing perimeters? Talk a little bit about that training that goes into this multi-agency response.
Certainly.
Go ahead.
Well, certainly welcome you to as well. We just did a few months ago a joint training, Brown PD and Providence PD.
So based on what he just said, 184 Hope Street, that would be this location. Dismiss that. The Prince Engineering Laboratory. The Department of Physics, Barris and Hawley right here. So this would be the building complex within which the shooting occurred. I forget, did they say that he came out the south entrance when he was finished? Did they say that the suspect exited out the south entrance? Because that would be the wall that we're looking at right now, would be this side. Is Stacy out here gifting more subs again? Of course she is. Stacy being a legend as always. Yeah, right? The Hope Street exit. Unfortunately, okay, so the right-hand side. So allegedly, shooter left out the doors on this side of the building. That's not a very clarifying statement of how he exited, but this is the building within which it occurred, with Brown University proper being sort of off to the, I guess, to the west of this complex.
In Providence Fire and Rescue Task Force. It is something we certainly plan for, practice for, rehearse, but never want to see it to come to fruition like it did today. But it is something that we definitely prepare for multiple times throughout the year. And as mentioned, we just had a joint training several months ago.
Colonel?
Chad is saying a 7mm mag was found in the bushes at 333 Hope Street. Obviously, I can't confirm that. Skeptic Squib, you can rewind during a Twitch stream. Some people's Twitch streams, it seems like you can't rewind during the live, but it will be the VOD will be posted afterwards, and you'll be able to go back and rewatch if you want. I don't know if you can rewind mine during the live stream, but there's an active shooter that has apparently escaped. About 2.5 hours ago, they shot a bunch of people, and it was at Brown University. This is the press conference.
Kate, I would just add, I'm sorry, John, 1 second. I would just add, Kate, that the City of Providence conducted an active shooter drill, a live drill at a closed school about 18 months ago with not just police, but fire, EMS, emergency management, and the other various departments and city government that are responding. This is a...
So, yeah, how many people? You read it was 20. We now have confirmation during this... during this press conference, what you see on screen here, you can't quite see the whole thing. We have confirmation that there are 2 dead and 8 in critical condition at at the local hospital there, the nearby hospital. We do not have confirmation of 10 other victims. So we only have confirmation of 2 deceased and 8 in critical condition right now.
Bad state of our country right now, where you have to plan for these things, and hopefully the community takes some comfort to know that their Providence leadership has planned for this occurrence, including very recently.
Colonel, you said that there was a...
Your friend is a cop on scene and said 20 taken to hospital. That could be true. Chat is saying that they have a friend on scene, a friend that is a local cop. And it could be that 20 were taken to hospital. The report that we got was just that there were 8 in critical condition but stabilized at the hospital. So that doesn't exclude the fact that possibly there's 10 more victims that are not in critical condition. Stacy, thanks for gifting even more subs. You're a total legend.
Final exams going on in the building. Where is the campus? Are there still most students on campus? Have some already taken their exams and gone home?
It's a little bit of both. Some students have gone home, but as the provost said, there's still some there's still some activity going on. Provost?
We're still in the finals period. So students who didn't have exams have left, but we're still conducting.
Final exam for what class?
We're not prepared to release that information right now. There were multiple exams in the building.
Pat,
were you there?
Hold on, Pat.
Secretary Justice to the Colonel.
Sure.
Does the Brown University receive threatened chatter at any time? And in what manner does Brown University Police monitor that, or is that turned over to Providence Police right away?
There's a strong partnership and collaboration between Brown University and Providence PD.
what happened. There was a shooting at Brown University. It's still, it's not active anymore. It happened 2.5 hours ago. The suspect escaped, apparently a male in black clothing and maybe a black ski mask. They don't have confirmation on what weapon was used. We sort of have confirmation on the number of victims. 2 are confirmed deceased, 8 in critical condition, but stabilized is what we're told, and possibly 10 others that were taken to hospital for a total of maybe 20 victims total.
Information like that we will share, and we also share it with the Fusion Center as well. As mentioned, we have no verified information, warning, or anything related to today's events.
Dan, hold on a second, John. Dan?
Mayor, you live right next to the building, correct? Were you home at the time?
I was home at the time.
Did anyone come to you to do shelter in place? Can you just give what happened when you found out?
Yeah, I was at home watching the PC game and saw lights and sirens go by my house, and at which time Commander O'Hara called me with a very preliminary update, and then have been in touch, and obviously, as you point out, about a block away, very proximate through the rest of the evening.
That's wild.
I'm sorry, John, then Dan.
If someone right now feels they may have video that's useful, someone running by their house, someone acting suspicious, who do you want them to contact?
I want them to contact the police department. Call us up. We'll send a detective out to there right away and see what kind of evidence they may have for us.
Should people check?
The chat is all conspiratorial right now. That engineering building does a lot of crazy research.
Ring cameras, businesses?
Yes, they should. If they have a ring camera in the area of the shooting, they should be reviewing that right now and see if there's anything that looks suspicious. We'll follow up.
Follow up on that question. With that area and all of the cameras in
This happened about 2.5 hours ago.
that area, you have to have something.
I don't have anything yet, Dan.
Are you looking through it though?
Absolutely.
Okay, and the conditions of the victims, a source at the hospital says that there could be more casualties. Can you just gently tell us what we know about conditions?
We can't speak any further about the condition. They are in critical but stable condition, and we will provide additional updates as they become available. As we have mentioned multiple times, and I will mention again because it's very important that we be honest and transparent with all of you and with parents and loved ones who are concerned about, they've got students who are away at school or they have someone who works at Brown. We're not done yet. And so while we have no other victims at this time that we're aware of, it is possible. And so it's very important that we say that this is preliminary information, that we know that there is a minimum of 8 victims in the hospital at this time. But it is all subject to change, and when those changes or if those changes occur, we will be sure to share them with you.
Commander, one more question. Are you confident it's just one individual you're looking for?
That's the information we have now.
Do you want to give the phone number people should call?
272-1111 or 272-3121.
As I mentioned, we expect to be providing additional updates throughout the evening. If you're not on our press list, please see Josh. Raise your hand. Please see Josh to make sure you get on the press list.
Sounds like that's the update.
That's where we will notify folks about additional availabilities throughout the evening. As we have more information, we will share it. Thank you very much.
Will there be more press conferences there here?
We expect there will be, yes.
Okay, so that's the press conference. I've got a little update for you on these helicopters. They're 2 flight patterns. One is circling, and the other one came in late and is doing a more erratic kind of pattern. Helicopters Inc. versus U.S. Helicopters Inc. Okay, so actually those are 2 different companies. U.S. Helicopters Inc. Is a news helicopter service. I'll look into this other one. Seems regular. There's no weird patterns or traffic at any of the other airports here, not at Quonset down below, down here, or at Rhode Island. Regular. Not seeing any weird planes. There's some regular jetliners flying over top. Helicopters Inc. Also a news helicopter. Electronic news gathering operators over the scene. Yeah. So both of these helicopters, I think, preliminarily, they both look like they're news helicopters. So that's all regular. So let's see what Agenda Free TV has to say after the press conference here.
Article condition in the shooting at Brown University today. The suspect is not in custody. So give me a moment here, guys. But the suspect is not in custody.
Okay. Chat's asking, is it confirmed that Candace said big things would happen in the second week of December? Yes, but that tweet was taken out of context because she was tweeting back at Laura Loomer, who had posted a whole bunch of slop about 9/11 and about false flags coming and all this shit. And Candace was just responding to Laura Loomer in that tweet, is my memory of it. So don't read too much into it. But it is false flag season. It is definitely a good time to be thoughtful and aware, to have your eyes out, your ears open, your thinking caps on. Yeah.
Operations received. Do you need any more out of this? Negative.
Damn, his chat is going crazy over there.
They just said it. So a person, I guess, maybe had some shrapnel wound on her back or wounds on her back, and she was in the building at the time of the shooting, I guess. So we just heard that on the scanner. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes with a shooting, you can have people who realize they're injured afterwards.
Fire alarm to rescue 8. What side are you on? We're on the D-Pascal side.
And we still just have 2 helicopters
so again,
over the scene.
We just heard about a victim who apparently got some sort of shrapnel injury, I think, on her back. And she was at the original location of the shooting. But just got reported.
I'm looking at planes. There's no weird planes.
Yeah, as our viewer Jewish Pickle said, there could be more people.
Jewish Pickle.
It sometimes does happen that people, discover that they might have been injured in a shooting after. Especially it could be a graze wound or something. Some people, our viewers, are talking about adrenaline. Maybe people just rush out of there and don't notice.
I see a helicopter that might be coming over from Boston right now, but it's hard to say if it's coming to Rhode Island or not. But there's no weird planes in the vicinity at all. They're all just passenger planes and 2 news helicopters. So, if you don't know what happened today, I see chat says, Ian, can we discuss Barron? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yes, we can in just a second. If you don't know what happened today, there was a shooting at Brown University about 3 hours ago. There are 2 dead and 8 in critical condition but stabilized at the hospital, and allegedly up to 10 other victims that were not critically injured.
There's another press conference coming up in like an hour.
The shooter is still on the loose, was not captured. It was a male in dark clothing and maybe a dark ski mask. And they don't really know. We don't really have any other details. We don't know what weapon was used.
We have not heard.
And no, I don't think we can watch the Erica Kirk town hall unless they put it on a public platform. I have a feeling that we'll get in big trouble if we stream their paid platform viewing of it. And I doubt that it is going to be on YouTube right away. That's 1 day ago. Yeah, so we'll react to that tomorrow probably. I have a feeling that if it does, whatever does go out on public platforms will probably take a minute before it goes out.
Heard that the suspect is in custody yet. So as far as we know, this person is still on the loose. Sorrow we are feeling for the victims of the shooting that took place today at the Barris and Holly Engineering and Physics Building.
Yeah, so the shooting took place at the Barris and Holly Physics Engineering Building. And that is what it is. Tragedy. No indications right now that it's, some sketchy event. No indication that it's something more nefarious than just what it is.